The story of McDonald's did not begin with a global empire in mind. It started with two brothers, Richard and Maurice McDonald, who were looking for a better way to run a restaurant. In 1940, they opened their first drive-in restaurant in San Bernardino, California. It was a typical car hop establishment, a popular concept at the time where servers would bring food directly to customers waiting in their cars. The menu was large and varied, featuring many different items which often made service slow and complicated. The brothers saw that this model, while common, was not as efficient as it could be, and they began to dream of something different, something faster and simpler. After several years of running their successful drive-in, the McDonald brothers decided to make a radical change. In 1948, they temporarily closed their restaurant to completely redesign its operation. They wanted to create a system that could serve food incredibly quickly. To do this, they dramatically simplified their menu, reducing it to just a few best-selling items. Media Group, close-up of simple burger and cheeseburger entree in 1940s diner, black and white photo of classic burgers added stock distribute equally, hamburgers, cheeseburgers, french fries, milkshakes and soft drinks. This limited menu allowed them to focus on quality and speed. They introduced a new assembly line process in the kitchen, which they called the Speedy Service System. This system was revolutionary for its time and laid the groundwork for the modern fast food industry. The new restaurant was a massive success because it offered something unique, high-quality food served almost instantly at a very low price. The price of a hamburger was just 15 cents, making it an affordable treat for families. This focus on value, speed, and simplicity attracted huge crowds. The brothers had no plans for franchising or building a nationwide chain. They were content with their single, highly profitable location. They had perfected a small but powerful operation, never imagining that their simple hamburger stand would one day become a symbol recognized all over the planet. Their innovative system was the true secret to their success. The iconic golden arches were also part of this early vision, though they looked different from the logo we know today. The original restaurant design included two large yellow arches that went through the roof on either side of the building. These arches were designed to be eye-catching and attract drivers passing by on the busy streets. They were a piece of architecture meant to make the small restaurant stand out. Little did Richard and Maurice know that these structural elements would eventually be combined to form one of the most famous and enduring corporate logos in history. Their focus remained on their single restaurant, perfecting the art of fast food. The McDonald brothers' world changed forever in 1954 with the arrival of a man named Ray Kroc. Kroc was a 52-year-old salesman who sold milkshake mixing machines. He was intrigued when he received an unusually large order for 8 of his multi-mixer machines from a single small restaurant in California. Curiosity got the better of him, and he decided to travel from his home in Illinois to see the operation for himself. When he arrived, he was absolutely astonished by what he saw. He witnessed a long line of happy customers being served with incredible speed and efficiency. He had never seen anything like the Speedy Service System before. Ray Kroc immediately saw the immense potential in the McDonald brothers concept. He didn't just see one successful restaurant, he envisioned 1,000 of them, spread all across the United States. He saw a future where McDonald's restaurants could be on street corners in every town, serving the same delicious hamburgers and fries. He approached Richard and Maurice with a bold proposal: let him handle the franchising of their restaurant concept. The brothers were hesitant at first. They had tried franchising before on a very small scale and were not interested in the headaches of managing a large network of restaurants across the country. Despite their reluctance, Ray Kroc was persistent and persuasive. He eventually convinced them to grant him the exclusive rights to franchise McDonald's restaurants nationwide. In 1955, Kroc opened his very first McDonald's franchise in Des Plaines, Illinois. This restaurant, with its gleaming red and white tiles and prominent golden arches, served as a prototype for the future empire. Kroc was meticulous about maintaining the same standards of quality, service, and cleanliness that he had observed in the original San Bernardino location. He understood that consistency was the key to building a trusted national brand. Kroc's vision was fundamentally different from that of the McDonald brothers. While the brothers were innovators who created the system, Kroc was the visionary who saw its global potential. Tensions grew between them over the years as Kroc pushed for rapid expansion and changes to the original formula. In 1961, Kroc's ambition led him to buy the company outright from the McDonald brothers for for $2.7 million. This was a significant amount of money at the time, but it gave Kroc complete control to build the brand according to his grand vision, transforming McDonald's from a family business into a corporate powerhouse. With Ray Kroc in full control, McDonald's began a period of explosive growth throughout the 1960s. The company went public in 1965, selling shares of its stock on the open market, which provided the capital needed for even faster expansion. Kroc's focus on consistency, known as QSC and V, quality, service, cleanliness, and value, became the mantra for every franchise owner. This strict adherence to standards ensured that a customer could expect the same experience whether they were in a McDonald's in Florida or a new one in Oregon. This reliability was a cornerstone of the brand's growing popularity and trust among American families. The ambition of McDonald's soon crossed national borders. The brand's international journey began in 1967 with the opening of its first restaurants outside the United States, in Canada and Puerto Rico. This was a major step, proving that the appeal of a quick, affordable, and tasty meal was not limited to Americans. The success of these initial international locations paved the way for a much larger global expansion. Throughout the 1970s, the Golden Arches began to appear in countries across the globe, including Japan, Germany, and Australia in 1971, followed by the United Kingdom in 1974. Each new market presented unique challenges, but also confirmed the universal appeal of the brand. One of the most symbolic moments in McDonald's international history occurred in 1990, with the opening of a restaurant in Moscow, in what was then the Soviet Union. The event was a cultural phenomenon. On its opening day, the Moscow McDonald's served over 30,000 customers, who waited in line for hours to experience a taste of Western culture. The opening was seen as more than just a new fast food outlet. It was a powerful symbol of the changing political climate and the end of the Cold War. It demonstrated the brand's ability to transcend cultural and political divides, becoming a true global icon. By the end of the 20th century, McDonald's had established a presence in over 100 countries, making it one of the most widespread and recognizable brands on the planet. This incredible growth was fueled by a smart franchising model and a marketing strategy that appealed to families and children. The introduction of characters like Ronald McDonald in 1963 and the launch of the Happy Meal in 1979 were brilliant moves that helped build lifelong brand loyalty from a very young age. These strategies cemented McDonald's not just as a restaurant, but as a cultural institution for generations of people worldwide. A key reason for McDonald's enduring success has been its ability to adapt its menu while keeping its core items consistent. While the classic hamburger and French fries remain staples, the company has introduced many new products over the years that have become famous in their own right. The Big Mac, invented by franchisee Jim Delegati in 1967, became an instant hit and is now one of the world's most famous sandwiches. In 1972, the Egg McMuffin was introduced, revolutionizing the fast food industry by creating a market for breakfast on the go. Later additions like Chicken McNuggets and the McFlurry further diversified the menu, appealing to a wider range of tastes. Interestingly, McDonald's also demonstrates its global reach by tailoring its menu to local cultures and preferences. This strategy of thinking globally and acting locally has been crucial for its success in international markets. For instance, in India, where a large portion of the population does not eat beef, the menu features items like the Makaloo Tikki, a patty made from potatoes and peas. In Japan, you might find a teriyaki McBurger or an ebi filet-o shrimp burger. In the Philippines, the mixed spaghetti is a popular dish. This flexibility shows the company's respect for local traditions and its cleverness in adapting to different palates. Today, McDonald's stands as a titan of the fast food industry, a position it has held for decades. With tens of thousands of locations in nearly every country, it serves millions of customers every single day. The company's influence is so vast that The Economist magazine even created the Big Mac Index, which uses the price of a Big Mac in different countries to compare currency values. This shows how deeply the brand has integrated itself into the global economic and cultural landscape. The Golden Arches are more than just a logo. They are a symbol of globalization, capitalism, and American culture itself. The legacy of McDonald's is complex and profound. It fundamentally changed the way the world eats by pioneering the fast food model that countless other businesses have since copied. Its emphasis on speed, affordability, and consistency set a new standard for the restaurant industry. While it has faced criticism over health and environmental concerns, the company continues to evolve, introducing healthier options and sustainable practices. The journey from a single, simple hamburger stand in San Bernardino to a global behemoth is a remarkable story of innovation, ambition, and adaptation, forever cementing McDonald's place in history.